I just want to explain a few things that's going on at the moment that I've explained on a couple of my courses. What science is picking up, there's a name for it. It's called the Schumann resonance, and basically what it is, it's the heartbeat of the planet. Okay, when something tough is happening on the planet, the Schumann resonance changes. And this is actually all our hearts interconnected. Okay, so this is what collective energy is all about. When this changes, and this has been changing, it's moved higher and higher and higher since 1971. And as it moves higher, our awareness starts to shift and change. Okay, so there's a whole lot of really interesting things happening. People who are really having a hard time with their emotions will have a harder time. Okay, because we're starting to feel a lot more. We're starting to get into the world of feelings. Okay, so the energy that people experience is getting stronger. It's getting more difficult to deal with if we're going out into the world to experience love. Does that make sense? So we can quite often get hit harder with this energy. And also the gravitational field on the planet is actually changing. So we're getting this warp up and down where everything feels a lot lighter. Okay, maybe this is why all these young kids are so tall. I don't know. So what's happening is as these things start to rise and start to fall, intuition starts to get higher. Okay? So there's a whole... Who's really intuitive here? Please put all your hands up, guys. You all are. You all have a capacity to be intuitive. Not me, I do it for 8 hours a day, but everyone here has an ability to connect. Everyone. So as this energy starts to change, we're going to start to become more connected. Now, if we're fearful, we're going to experience things through our kidneys. So we're going to actually get more anxious and nervous if we're fearful about things that are going on the planet. You know, who watches the news? Is it pretty tough to watch? It's not. There's not a lot of happy stuff there, is there? But majority of the time, is there most people having a peaceful day on the planet? Most people actually are. But all we get is this one, there's all this war, there's all this famine, there's everything that's going on in the world that's really tough. But it's actually not as... You're not getting hung for stealing a loaf of bread anymore, now are you? It's a little bit different. So it's a lot more peaceful than we realise, but the news doesn't allow us to do that. So if we're really emotional beings and we watch the news, what's going to happen? We're going to buy into that collective consciousness of fear. So people who are really, really sentient and really feel through life, you're better off switching that off. Does that make sense? Who doesn't watch the news? Yeah, and have you stopped watching it because it's too much? Yeah, and most of you guys would be feeling your way through life. You'd be experiencing so many feelings and so many interactions, and it just gets tough, right? So you want to switch off to everything. Does that create separation? Pardon? Yeah, well it does. I mean, it can create that because we have those fears inside and they get evoked. Does that make sense? So if we accept it, if we could watch the news and actually not be affected by it, it'd be a really good way of seeing how we were centred. It'd be a really good way for the really sentient people to see if we could actually handle